What's up, everybody? It's Matty B back with another semester of Roots and Wings, where we take the holistic health wheel and each month we focus on one of the 8 categories. We provide a few roots, which are foundations, and wings, which are applications. And this month, we're focused on physical health. In this short video, I want to do 3 things. I want to give you a preview of the recently completed Holistic Health Staff Survey. Then I want to give you one principle that'll help you as you think about applying these holistic health insights. And lastly, I want to share about a new and exciting partnership with Desiring God Ministries. Let's start with the preview. Last year, in 2024, we did the first annual CEO Staff Holistic Health Survey where we simply wanted to know 2 things. As it relates to the 8 areas in the Holistic Health Wheel, number 1, how do you perceive yourself to be doing presently in each of those 8 areas? And secondly, as you project into the future, what 3 areas concern you the most? Well, in 2024, we had 150 staff respond. In 2025, we had 273. And I want to give you a preview of the results. I want you to see where physical health ranks in terms of how staff feel they are doing presently. Number 1 is the highest rated area of the 8. Number 8 is the lowest rated area. Where does physical health fall? Physical health comes in rated number 7. The second lowest category among the 8 in terms of how we feel we're doing presently was rated as physical health. Now, what does this tell us? I want you to listen up to how I respond to that because it's very important as we approach data like this. It tells us nothing. It doesn't tell us anything, but it suggests to us that on the whole, campus outreach staff could benefit from taking a step toward their physical health. And this month, I want to help you do that. The second thing is a principle. What's a principle that can help us as we have these holistic health insights? The principle is this. Focus on output, not outcome. I got this language from reading a great book on productivity that was written by a neuroscientist called Tiny Experiments. Focus on output, not outcomes. You see, when we hear an area in our health that we want to grow in, we immediately jump to outcomes. How far is the race that I'm going to run? 5K, 10K, marathon? What number is the number I need to reach on the scale? How many calories can I eat in a day? Outcomes are not bad, but they actually don't set us on a path toward everyday health. Instead of focusing on outcomes, focus on output. Output looks like adding a new action into your daily life. So instead of what number do I want to reach on the scale, how about this? If you're reading a book for your development, maybe you read for 30 minutes a day, you say 3 days a week, instead of sitting, not moving, reading the book, I'm going to get it on Audible, and for 30 minutes, I'm going to walk and listen to the book that I'm reading. And guess what you can do after a week? You can evaluate. How did it go? Did I notice anything different in my energy? Was it helpful? Could I go longer? Do I need to pivot to something different? Add a new action. Focus on output. Instead of a number on the scale, you can say, you know what? Every morning, instead of just drinking coffee, on Sunday, I'm going to go to the grocery store, I'm going to get some yogurt, and I'm going to get some fruit. And every morning, in addition to my coffee, I'm going to have a glass of ice cold water. I'm going to have some fruit and a yogurt. And then I'm going to see what that does to my body's cravings throughout the rest of the day. And after a week, you can evaluate. How did it go? I really want to encourage you. Don't be so outcome driven. Pick a new action, focus on output, and then you can assess how it's going. So that's the preview. Physical health ranks second last in our perception of how we're doing. That's the principle. Focus on output, not outcome. And now for an exciting new partnership with Desiring God Ministries. Many of you are familiar with Desiring God because of the impact that the founding teacher, pastor, and Dr. John Piper has had on our lives. Desiring God is aimed at the bullseye of spreading what Piper provocatively called years ago Christian hedonism. You might not use that term or know what it means. It's simply the conviction that God is most glorified in us when we are most satisfied in Him. The way I've been thinking about it lately is that devotion to God and emotions toward God are not separate. They converge and collide in a life that brings Him glory. Well, Desiring God recently completed a process of identifying their 10-year vision. And one of the central aims of the new 10-year vision is that they purposefully and intentionally serve you, campus ministers, and the students that you are seeking to reach. Desiring God wants to help, starting with you and the students you reach, bring everlasting joy on campus. College is a time for pleasure, lasting pleasure. And Desiring God reached out to me. They said, Maddie B., would you help lead this initiative to bring lasting joy on campus? And after many conversations and after many interviews, I said yes. And the exciting thing is that at least for the temporary period, through the end of this year for sure, I'll be operating in a dual capacity. I'll continue serving campus outreach and team and leader health, and I'll begin to help Desiring God think about how we can serve campus ministers and the students you reach with everlasting joy on campus. And I'm thrilled to say my first great initiative is to bless campus outreach, the ministry that has shaped me into who I am. I hope that you know the name David Mathis. David is one of Desiring God's lead teachers and editors, and he's a campus outreach alumni. He's written many books. The newest book is on exercise, physical health. It's called A Little Theology of Exercise. What I love about this book is that it's reasonable. The aim is not to end with some collection of CrossFit athletes to compete at nationals. The aim is that we would value modest, consistent movement of the body. It's hopeful. This book is about how our bodies can be leveraged in the pursuit of maximum joy in God. And lastly, it's deeply practical. 5 motivations for why we move our body to increase our joy and bring Him glory. And here's what I want to do. I want to, with my Desiring God hat on, I want to get this book in the hands of every single campus outreach staff at no cost to you. And the reason why we want to do that is we want to help you take a step toward your physical health, which the CO Staff Health Survey suggests we could use a step or two. So you say, Maddie B., how do we get this book for every one of our staff at no cost to us? This is how you get that. If your regional or resource director will send me an email and simply say, Maddie B., we would love a copy of David's new book for our staff, then I'll coordinate with getting Crossway to ship you the number of books that you need. Why am I doing that? Number one, from a campus outreach standpoint, I want us to take a step toward our physical health. And from a Desiring God standpoint, I hope this is the first step of many of Desiring God pouring its teaching and its technology in order to help you be as happy in God as possible and that you can multiply lasting joy on the campus. All right, that's this month, a preview, a principle. in a new partnership. Look forward to seeing you next month.